All right, everyone. So Sean McDermott, man, this guy just went off on some of the controversial calls in this game, and specifically one of them. Here's what he said.
At it, and it's hard for me to, and I've had a chance to look at. It's hard for me to understand why it was ruled the way it was ruled, and if it is ruled that way, then why wasn't it slowed down just to make sure that we have this right? That would have made a lot of sense to me, to make sure that we have this thing right, because that's a pivotal play in the game. We have the ball at the 20, maybe kicking a game-winning field goal right there. So I'll just leave it at that. But I'm saying it because I'm standing up for Buffalo. Damn it, I'm standing up for us. Because what went on is not how it should go down, in my estimation. That play, these guys spent 3 hours out there playing football, pouring their guts out, to not even say, hey, let's just slow this thing down. That's why I'm bothered.
In your eyes, was it catch down by contact?
In my eyes, it was. Yes, in my eyes, it was. But even if it wasn't, okay, let's just say that, and I'm being objective. Even if it wasn't, the players are owed, to me, hey, let's stop it, let's slow it down, let's put the head referee and give him a chance to look at the monitor just to make sure. At it.
So there's going to be a lot of questions about Sean McDermott, and there's going to be, he seems like he's on the hot seat every offseason here. But I think after this, if I'm a player in that Bills locker room, if I'm in ownership, if I'm the GM, whoever it is, I'm sticking with McDermott, especially after this. This is exactly how it should have been handled. Now, we could disagree on what the call was. It was a right call, wrong call, fine. But what McDermott is saying here is something I was interested to find out, which is what review process actually happened here. Because I was expecting a challenge from McDermott at some point. I didn't even know if you could challenge in overtime. There was really no clarification for anybody of this is why the call was made. And it did impact the game in a big way. Now, I think McDermott knows, and he's, at least he should know, and he's not going to probably say it publicly, but he should be thinking it, that the reason they lost this game was because of turnovers, and the defense just let up some big plays, right? Josh Allen's turnovers were not good, gave up points, but the defense could have bailed him out. And at times they made some plays, but they just couldn't make enough of them, and they gave up some big touchdowns. The Bills' defense had some good moments, had some really bad moments. And considering how Josh Allen has kind of put this team on his back all year, and last week in the playoffs, I would have loved to have seen the defense pull one out for him here, and just make some of the tackles. I mean, there's a big difference between, you make a tackle behind the line of scrimmage and give up 5 yards, or you make a tackle for 5 yards, or you let them get 20. And this was just a constant state of affairs, especially, a lot of the fixation is going to be on that Josh Allen fumble at the end of the half, right? That led to a field goal. Not enough people are going to talk about the touchdown that preceded that, because had the Bills only given up a field goal there, that other field goal wouldn't even have mattered as much. But they let up a huge touchdown off a bad play. So I like what he said here. We'll update you on what the NFL says about this. I don't, if this was reviewed, maybe everything McDermott said here is true. Maybe he missed something. I don't fully know, but what I do know is that from where I'm sitting right now, it was a real travesty how this ended, because I would like to know the exact ruling on if the argument here is that even if, like, let's say they come back and they say even if he was down with possession, it still doesn't qualify as possession, right? Like, because that happens at times. So like there's a little bobble, so it doesn't qualify as possession, and that's why even after review we would keep it. At least we'd have that explanation, right? We'd understand. The debate now is, what possession did he have? Because when I watch that video, I watch it and I go, man, it seemed like he had possession all the way to the ground, and then this guy kind of ripped it out late and made the play. But if the argument is, even if he's down there, it's not enough of possession, he needs to have possession longer. Well, that takes all the argument away, right? Even if he had completed that pass, if it wouldn't have been deemed possession, well, then we're having a much different, conversation, right? A much different conversation. So thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.